Do if you had to start over today?
It's a very good question. Do I start over as me, or do I start over as me, or do I start over as Joe Schmo? And I'm only going to answer one of them.
The answer: Joe Schmo or Andrew Tate?
Joe Schmo.
Joe Schmo.
Yeah.
I think we live in an attention economy. I think that that's going to continue to be the case up into the future. I think that things have now changed, and if you can manage to get attention, you can somehow monetize it. If I wasn't the kind of person who was good at garnering attention or didn't want to get attention, then I would find somebody who is good at getting attention, and I would align myself with them. And then I would either find a way to increase their monetization. Obviously, being useful to them is one thing, but in my experience, outside of course, me, everybody else who's good at getting attention is fucking lazy and they don't want to do anything else. So I would let them be the face, and I would be the blood and guts underneath, and that's how I make a bunch of money. And you'll often see in the best business relationships, there's the face of the business, but the true business behind it are a bunch of people you don't know. And it's the same with everything.
Wow.
So if I was Joe Schmo, I'd find somebody who was the face and got a lot of attention, and I'd sit down with them somehow and say, look, here's how you'd make this. This is what you should do. This is what you should do. This is what you should do. And they'd sit and go, yeah, maybe, but I'm busy. Good. I'm glad you're busy. This is my percent. Boom, 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 boom. And I'd make it all come
Did you
true.
figure it out? At what point, Andrew, did you realize that you were famous?
That's a good question. I don't know. I never really intended to be famous, but
But when did you realize that you're like, oh, I'm famous?
one of the times it hit me in regards to how famous I was is when I was with Steven Seagal 2 weeks ago. Steven Seagal was here. OG.
But 2 weeks ago, you knew you were more famous.
Of course I did. I'm saying one of the times it occurred to me how famous I was.
Okay.
I was with Steven Seagal 2 weeks ago, and by the way, Steven Seagal is a fucking hero. They say never meet your heroes.
You know him?
Yeah,
They say never meet your heroes.
Fucking G.
Meet Steven.
Seagal's a legend.
He's a G.
Yeah.
Right?
I love Steve.
Ice cold. Anyway, he was saying, bro, I'd love you to take a picture of my son. They're talking about you in school. I'm like, yeah, cool, whatever. I met Steven's son, took the picture. I says, I heard they're talking about you in school. He goes, yeah, we did a whole class on you and how your effect on culture, et cetera, et cetera. I said, oh, so where do you go to school? He said, Ulaanbaatar, which is the capital of Mongolia. So in Mongolia,
Oh my God.
in school, they're doing classes on me.
That's
that was kind of
crazy.
crazy. That was